Alrighty, guys, looks like we're getting ready to go live here for part 2 of our 1990 NLCS between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Let me finish loading everything up. Right, where is why is his photo not showing up? There we go. Must be. Well, we'll get around to it when we figure out what's going on here. There we go. Couldn't get Bob Walk card to come up. All right, so we are in the bottom of the. What are we in? We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here, halfway through this game. Let's refresh our YouTube channel here, and then we're going to pick things up. So in the top of the 3rd inning, the Pittsburgh Pirates scored 3 runs, 4 hits on 3 runs and 4 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bob Walk comes back out to face off against the Cincinnati Red lineup. We're on the number 8 hitter, Mariano Duncan. He is popped up to the catcher behind the plate in the 2nd inning. Oops, I got to get my dice too, don't I? So, set that up. So we're going to add D10. It's going to be red. 10 plus a white one. Red and white one are the first rolls, and then the black and the brown will be the second rolls. So let's do a practice here. So it'll be 59 and a 07. All right, so here we go. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Mariano Duncan due up. Right-hander Bob Walk, right-hander, righty on righty matchup. I gotta slide the chat over a little bit so I can see the chat if anyone decides to show up, just in case. And then I have all of my sheets, all like 10 of them, loaded up here on my other screen. So I'm not gonna have a printout of them until next game probably. So we'll have to just live with the way it is right now, and hopefully I'll have some printouts and be able to speed things up a little bit by having those sheets all ready to go. All right, so Mariano Duncan steps into the batter's box here in the bottom of the 5th. Cincinnati crowd on the edge of their seats wanting to see if their team can come back here. Down 3-0, game 1 of the NLCS. Away we go. And they're still banging around in there, and this dice does not want to sit, but it finally does. 61, so that's going to come off the batter's card. 16 against the right-hander. 16. It's going to be a single into center field. One thing I forgot to load was our little cheat sheet. So hang on a second. Sports games, baseball, 1990, game 1. So here's our little cheat sheet here. So that was a single into, what did we say, was 16 is going to be into center field. Center field, there's Andy Van Slyke, defense of 94. Let's find out if that is an error or not. So we'll look at the error rating. So it's a 0-1, so no error on the play, but a single into center field for a hit. So Mariano Duncan on. Pretty good steal. No, we got to look at steal. I keep forgetting speed and steal, 2 different things. So, all right. So that brings up Jose Reyes, but they're pulling Reyes here. He's not been real good, but I already had the player that we were going to put in instead. We're going to be bringing in Herb Winningham. So we got a pinch hitter coming in. Herb Winningham is going to come in for Jose Rios. So Jose Rios' day is going to be done. Herb Winningham, the lefty, actually hits righties pretty good, 278 average. So there we go. Bob Walk, Herb Winningham. And away we go. Do we want to steal? Hang on a second. No roll, no roll, no roll. This is 60. If we look at our Bob Walk, he's a -8. Arm is going to be -5, so it's going to be 13. So it's only going to be a 47% chance of successfully stealing. I'm going to say he's not going to go, although, you know, that's the way things go sometimes. All right, Herb Winningham. Herm, not Herb. Herm Winningham. 0-6, so this is definitely coming off of Bob Walk's card. 0-5 lefty. 0-5 lefty is going to be a walk. And Cincinnati comes right back with the first two runners on board. And that's going to bring up the top of the lineup. Barry Larkin, I'm going to scoot his card out of the way. We might not need to hear in a minute, but hold on to it until then. That's going to bring up Barry Larkin. 1 for 2 with a single in the third. Is that going to be it for Bob Walk? Is that going to be it for Bob Walk is the question. Manager Leland is thinking about making the change. Is he going to make the change? They're going to leave him out there and see if he can try to get through this inning. So, or at least through couple more batters. All right. Pittsburgh only brought 9 pitchers. And Cincinnati, no, I'm sorry. Pittsburgh brought 11 pitchers. Cincinnati only brought 11 to the series. So Pittsburgh has a lot more options. 46 of that's going to come off of Bob Walk. 29 right-hander, 2-9. And that's going to be a strikeout, 27-45. So a strikeout of Larkin. Bob Walk with his second strikeout of the game. Brings up Billy Hatcher, the birthday boy, against Bob Walk, another righty. Billy Hatcher, runners at first and second, 1 away here in the bottom of the third. 78, so this is coming off a Hatcher's card this time. 57 right-hander, 57 is going to be ground ball out B, 57. A ground ball out B is going to be ground ball out B, and we have a runners at first and second. Men at first and second, ground ball B, runner on first, out at second, runner on second advances, batter safe at first. So it's going to be a runner on first, out at second, runner on second advances to third, batter safe at first. All right, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. We need to figure out where it was hit, though. And in that situation, we are going to look at 57. So it's down to first base because of the 757. We're going to go with the last number. So, all right, so that's going to be a fielder's choice. Out at second, and it's going to be a 3-6 out at second. Duncan advances to third. Winningham out at second, and runner safe at first. Fielder's choice. So runners at the corners, there's now two-way for Hal Morris. Hal Morris is up. Hal Morris. So let's see, Hal Morris. They're going to leave Hal Morris in. And lefty versus the right-hander. He did bat .376 during the regular season against right-handers, Hal Morris. And they're going to leave walk in to see if he can get through this inning. That's a 39. 39 is going to be off of Walk's card. And I'm sorry, 68. 68 is going to be off of Hal Morris's card. 68. What am I thinking? So first number, 68, is outside the range, so it's coming off of Morris's card. 39 against a right-hander. 39 is a double to center field. 39, double to center field by Hal Morris. That's going to score at least one run. And it's going to center field. We got to check for the error in center field. Andy Van Slyke is a defense at 94. Make sure there's no error on the play. 94. And it is a 94. He bobbles it out there. Can't get it out of his glove, but no error. Just barely. 94 is inside his range. But now we need to find out the runner from first base going home on a double. Runner on first base going home on any double. All right, we're going to subtract 40 the runner's speed. If there's two outs, we just subtract 10. We take the new speed rating and adjust it based upon the outfielder's arm rating. So we're going to subtract 10 to runner at first is Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher's speed is 79. We subtract 10 is 69. Then we subtract the arm for the center fielder, which is 6. So that is 69 minus 6 is 63. 63% chance. Are they going to send him home? I think they are. 69% chance. Let's do it. Billy Hatcher rounding third. Here comes the throw. Throw coming home. And it is, first number is an 88 thrown out at the plate by Andy Van Slyke. 88. At his 63% chance of making it. Neither one of the rules made it. 88 or 99 didn't matter. But Billy Hatcher thrown out at home. So, how do we put this one in? We got a double, right? And then Duncan's going to score, and he's out at home. Hatcher. And that's going to, it's going to be a assist to the center fielder, Andy Van Slyke, put out by the catcher, and should be a let's see if that does it right. Pitch hitter, right. So we need to put a new pitcher in for your Cincinnati Reds. So Herb Winningham, we can close his card. We won't be using him anymore. But Jose Rios' day is done. And that's going to bring up the top of the sixth. Cincinnati does get a run on the board on the double. Unfortunately for Cincinnati, they were not able to get the 2 runs in, but 1 run did score. They're going to be bringing in Norm Charlton. Norm Charlton is coming to pitch. Norm Charlton, and so we got us a new pitcher. That's going to be Norm Charlton. And he is going to bat 9th, right? And I think that's everything we need to do, right? Okay, that brings up the top of the lineup for your Pittsburgh Pirates. That's going to bring up Wally Backman against Norm Charlton. Charlton is a lefty. We're going to have to remember a lefty now. So switch hitting Backman is going to bat from the right-handed side. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Norm Charlton Wally Backman versus lefties. He only batted 194. 97, that's going to come off of Backman's card. 17, lefty. 17 is a walk. So walks. Nope. I got to undo that. I just struck him out. So let's edit, undo, strikeout. Yes, I meant to hit the other one, which would actually be, say, walk. There we go. So walks him. So Backman steal, 49, yeah, and actually his hold is terrible. Norm Charlton adds 6, so that's going to go to 55, and then we subtract the catcher's rating, which is 0. So it actually goes up plus 6. So 49 goes to 55% chance, just over. Up 3-1 though. I think they're going to play it safe here with Jay Bell due up. Jay Bell, right-hander versus the left-hander Norm Charlton. And I know they brought in the lefty thinking that Pittsburgh would make some switches to their lineups, but let's see. So that is a 0-0, so we're going to be on the special chart. And I just have to find that chart. Righty. I don't have that chart loaded. Are you kidding me? Okay. Hang on just a second. Sports games, baseball. All right. So this is the special place chart. Yes, I have special place chart. What? Oh, I only have sheet 2 loaded. I don't have sheet 1. I can't believe I don't have sheet 1 loaded. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just load up sheet 1. Special chart. All right. So 0-0 is a special play. 49 is going to be a range. 49 is going to be a range. So Jay Bill, let's find out where he hits it. Check their range. So it's going to be a 9, or actually it's a 79 on the fielder's range. So 79 is going to be to center field. Center fielder is going to be Billy Hatcher. His range is 96. So 96 is going to be 0-0 to 34. It's going to be a double play. 35 to 89 is an out, so you need a 90 or higher for this one to fall in. And it's going to be a 30 exactly. That's going to be a double play. As the fielder makes a great diving stop. And throws to lead base to get the runner then to first for a double play. Throw to lead base to get runner then to first for double play. That would be for outfielder, sorry. Fielder makes a great diving catch of a line drive, throws the lead runner out as he tries to get back to the bag. So that is going to be a double play ball, not the common one. This is going to be a LDP. Doubled off first from center field. So that's going to, let's see, doubled off first. Maybe not. What's this? Fly ball double play. There we go. All right. So it's going to be a 8-8-3. No. It's not going to be that one either. This is select ground ball double play. Line drive double play. Doubled. We had a runner at, what do we have? We had a runner at first base. Backman Basically, looks like it's going to fall in. Backman starts going to second. Great play by Billy Hatcher. Makes a diving stab, throws to first. So it's going to be we'll just go 8-4-3. Put out to center field. The assist to center fielder, assist to second base, put out at first base. Let's try that. So that is going to wipe the bases clear here for Norm Charlton, and the crowd goes crazy on that one. Great defensive play. That brings up Andy Van Slyke, 0-7. So once again, we're on the special chart. And it's a 90 this time. 90 to 94 special results chart. So we're actually going to be using the special results chart. This is the first time we got to look at this one. This is where all kinds of things happen. I don't think most of these are going to actually apply because they're like somebody tested for steroids, it gets a suspension. Who knows? But it's 95. Let's see what 95 is. Lead runner picked off by catcher. Ignore if bases are empty. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna just undo and redo this one over. So it's just going to be a special play, I guess. 90 to 94 was the special play. So pitcher start to fielder start to special results chart 90 to 94. Yep, okay. So it's just going to be a redo. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't screwing anyone over, like if you don't get a result, then it's just an out, but nope. And it's been an interesting top of the sixth inning. 86-74 against the lefty. 74 is going to be a line out. Line out is to 4. Whoever is in position 4 on the line out for the lefty. 4 is going to be second base. And that's just going to be a simple line out as it's the third out. We don't have to worry. We do have to worry about, actually, cancel that. We do have to worry about errors, though, because it came off the batter's card. So that second base is going to be Mariano Duncan. He's got a defense of 93. So we do need to check the 93 and make sure it's a 35. So simple line out to second base, and that's going to do it. And that brings back in, and let's see, just swapping these players out. There we go. Now the question is going to be, let me switch back up. When is Bob Walk is not due up? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 6 due up. So if they can get him through this inning, then they can pull him for next inning. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So that brings up Eric Davis. Eric Davis. And what an interesting game this turned out to be. In the last inning, we've had a player thrown out at the plate to end the inning. And then we had a double play, 8-4-3 double play to clear the bases. So pretty interesting things. Nice to know that all those interesting plays can actually happen in this game, so that's good. All right, so we're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Bob Walk trying to get through 6. He did pitch 6 innings in real life, so that's why I'm trying to get him through 6 innings. Not that I, have to do that. 80, so it's coming off the batter card. 65 right-hander, 6-5. It's going to be a ground ball B. Ground ball B, a 65 against the right-hander 85 is going to be to third base. We have to check and make sure there's no error. Third baseman is going to be Wally Backman. Defense only 83. So Backman does make some errors on the play. Let's see. First percentile is going to be a 95. So Backman with the error. Wally Backman with the error. And that's going to be safe at first on the error. I think there was errors. And it was a so we would roll a die, and it ends up being an 8. So that is going to be a wild throw. Batter safe at second. Runner advances 2 bases. So Eric Davis with the hit down to Backman. Backman picks it up, launches it over the head of the first baseman, which happens to be Sid Beam. It flies all the way into the stands, and that's going to be a single plus an error. So single plus second on the error. Okay. And it's going to be error on the third baseman, Wally Backman, and that's going to put Eric Davis in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th inning, down 3-1. That brings up his steal rating is 76. Pretty good stealer, too. That brings up, what's his speed? Eric Davis' speed, 79. Okay. Paul O'Neill, down by 2 runs. They're not going to risk trying to steal, Paul, especially since he's on second already. Brings up Paul O'Neill versus Bob Walk here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Defense playing back in normal, 96. So 96 again off the batter's card, 62 versus a right-hander, 62. That's going to be a ground ball B. Ground ball B with the runner on second. Runner on, man is on second. So grounds out, fielder to first. Runner holds unless the ball is hit to the catcher, the second, or first. So it was hit to 62 was the roll. So it's going to be 2, which I believe is the catcher, if I'm not mistaken. 2, this is going to be, yes, to the catcher. So, so a number in front of the base, grounder fields out to first, runner holds unless the ball is to the catcher, the first baseman, or the second baseman. It's going to be a 2-3 put out, runner advancing. So a ground ball to the catcher once again. And he's going to advance to third on the play. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see if I can stretch this over a little bit. And we have us a runner at third with only 1 out, Eric Davis. So Chris Sabo due up. The goggles man. Chris Sabo, Bob Walk. They have a meeting on the mound. And they decide to leave Walk in. 56. So 56 is just off of, actually we didn't roll an error either. Should have rolled for an error. So before we actually do this, Chris Sabo, hang on a second. We will actually take these results. So 56, so it's going to come off of Sabo's card. 88 is a flyout. So Sabo's going to fly out, but let's just make sure there was no error on the play by Mike Liavier, the Frenchman. He's got a defense of 97, so pretty sure he's not going to err unless you roll a 98 or 99, but that's always a possibility. And we rolled a 22, so no error on the play here to Paul O'Neill. And now we know Chris Sabo has flied out, and he flied out to, yeah, good points. It was a fly out. And we have a runner advancing on a fly ball out. So runner advancing on a fly ball out, subtract 40 from the runner's speed, and then add or subtract the outfielder arm. So 40, Eric Davis was a speed of 79. So it's going to drop him down to 39. And unfortunately, I don't remember the original roll. It was 88. That's what it was, 88. So let's find out. 88, he is a right. No, it was Chris Sabo was an 88 on his card. But 88 is to. It's a fly out to second base, actually. 88 is a fly out to second base. So Eric Davis scoring is only going to be a 39% chance. So it's just going to be a pop out to second here. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. And Davis will stay. And that brings up Jeff Reed, lefty. Let's see if Bob Walk is somehow magically getting around all this crazy stuff that's happened in the 5th and 6th innings. Let's see if he can continue his luck. Still runner at third. Base hit will drive him in. Here's Jeff Reed. 58. So it is coming off of the batter's card again. It's 0-2 is a walk. So he's going to walk, but again, I forgot to do the error check on the second baseman, which is Jose Lind. He's got a defense of 97. So let me just roll that as well, just to make sure. It's a 40, so no error on the pop-up by Sabo. And now Lind, he walks. Right. So we have runners at the corners. 2 away here for Cincinnati, and that's going to bring up Mariano Duncan. Last time up, singled and scored on the double by Hal Morris, putting Cincinnati on the board. Mariano Duncan versus Bob Walk. Or wait a minute, stop. Time to think here now. Time to think. If I'm Pittsburgh and I'm the manager, do I load the bases and face off against Norm Charlton? Or force Cincinnati to bring in a pinch hitter? And that way we don't have to face the lefty Charlton anymore? Especially since last time he got a single. I think Pittsburgh will do that. They're going to intentionally walk Mariano Duncan to bring up the pitcher spot, which is going to force Lou Piniella. It's going to force his hand to make either decision. Do you leave Charlton in? We're in the bottom of the 6th inning, so Charlton needs to pitch hopefully the 7th and possibly some of the 8th innings to set up Rob Dibble. Or do you bring a pinch hitter in? You're only down 2. Yeah, they're gonna leave Norm Charlton in, actually. They're gonna leave Norm Charlton in. And they're gonna take their bases loaded. Wow. Do you take a shot at it, but then you give up? Walk is tired. Down by 2, do you take your shot now, or do you figure your offense can get something in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings? Boy, that's a tough decision. No matter what you do, if it's a good play, you're smart. If it's a bad play, then you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. let me look here. Again, we don't have to go by what happened in real life. I am trying to just use the players that actually played in this game. Cincinnati only had 3 pitchers that played. Jose Reyes, Norm Charlton, who actually pitched almost 3 innings, and then Rob Dibble. So because that's what they did in real life, they would have left Charlton in to pitch. Actually, did Charlton bat? Let's see. Did he have a at bat? Norm Charlton. No, Norm Charlton actually did, even though he was 2 1/3, he did not have a at bat. But then if you bring your pinch hitters in, that kind of, later on in the game, you're going to be limited to what you can do. They only brought in 3 pinch hitters. We used one of them already, Herm Winningham, not Herb. And they also brought in Ron Oster, and they also brought in Todd Benzinger. They also brought in Billy Bates to pinch run. So they have those Todd Benzinger, Roy Oyster, and Billy Bates they could call in if they wanted to. And of course, in an emergency situation, we could bring somebody that actually didn't play in the game. But because of the situation, I'm going to leave Charlton in, and Cincinnati just hopes that he can somehow miraculously get a hit. Versus right-handers, Cincinnati batted .095. Again, if it works out, everyone goes, hey, it's a great call. And if it doesn't work out, then everybody says, oh, I wouldn't have done that. Well, sorry. 78, so it's going to come off the pitcher's card. 75, though, not going to matter. It's going to be a line-out 75. Line-out 75. It's going to be to third base. So it's going to be a line-out to third. And that's going to do it there for the 6th inning. But still 3-1. Cincinnati's in striking distance, so, it's not like they're in an emergency situation at this point, only in the 6th inning. So they've got 3 more innings, so they might need somebody later on, and they won't have anybody. So then everybody goes, well, if you wouldn't have done that earlier. That brings up Bobby Bonilla. He's 1 for 2, single in the 5th, a walk in 2nd inning, and flied out to right field in the 3rd inning. Norm Charlton is trying to show the manager he made the right play and get a 1-2-3 inning for the Reds here. Otherwise, leaving him in to bat was a faux pas. 22, so it's going to come off of the pitcher's card. 63 against the switch hitter, so he's going to be right. 63 is a ground ball C. 63 is going to be the first baseman. So it's a ground out to first. 1 away. That brings up Barry Bonds. A very young Barry Bonds. I think this might have even been his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken. 1990. Somebody correct me in the chat if that's not correct, but I think Barry Bonds' rookie season was 1990. And Norm Charlton, lefty-lefty matchup. Let's see. Dice are still rolling there. 91, so it's going to come off the batter card. 72 left-hander. 72 is a ground ball C. 72. Why is it always 2? It's always a 2. Because a 2 and a ground ball is to the catcher. God, it's like every stinking time. I'm gonna have to roll, because 72 seems to, I'm gonna roll another dice to find out which position it was hit to. I don't want to waste time doing that, but it seems like it didn't matter. It was a 0-2, so we would take the 2, and it's still in the catcher. Unbelievable. This is like slow ball, ground ball to the catcher. This is like snowball. It's like catcher comes up so many times. But I think I am gonna roll another dice because it looks like, ground balls, for Barry Bonds, it's gonna be 0, 1, or 2, 3, 4. If we look at, say, Sid Bream, ground ball here, yeah, I guess it could still end up being okay, but I don't like the fact that, like, every other time it's a ground ball to the catcher because you don't see the catchers making that many plays. Unbelievable. Sid Bream is a lefty, so maybe it was good to leave the left-hander in. And Sid Bream hits a lot less against left-handers, only 260 average. So let's see if it was a good play. It's 0-6, so it's coming off of Charlton. 94, left-hander is going to be a flyout. Once again, though, we had Barry Bonds' hit came off of his card. We forgot to check the error on Mike Leavier. He's a 97. So let's just roll that error check just to make sure it's not going to matter. I mean, 97 is, very small chance, but we just want to make sure. Okay, so no error play on Bonds', and then Sid Bream, he flew out, I believe it was a fly out. I don't remember the number, though, unfortunately. We're just going to say it's a fly ball to, let's use the bats left, so it's going to be a fly ball to right. There we go. So it's 1, 2, 3 innings. So Cincinnati's manager, Lou Piniella, in 1990, actually looks smart for leaving them in, only if Cincinnati can score a couple runs when they need to. Bob Walk is going to be done for the day, though, because he's going to be due up third in the next inning anyways. So, all right, so who is up? It's going to be the top of the lineup for Cincinnati. And that's going to be a right-hander, and then a lefty. So coming in to face off is going to be Stan Belinda is going to come in and pitch. Stan, let's see, we do have his card. So Stan Belinda is going to come in and pitch for your Pittsburgh Pirates. So we have a new pitcher, and it's going to be Stan Belinda. Stan Belinda, there he is. Stan Belinda, he's going to bat in the... he's going to bat in... Oh, yeah, that brings up an interesting point. Hang on a second. Let me think about this. Maybe it's not the time to bring in someone for Walk. Because Walk is going to have to... whoever we bring in is going to have to bat in the next inning. In the, what's going to be the 8th inning. Right. So actually, I think Walk, yeah, because whoever you bring in is going to be kind of wasted, right? Because they're only going to get like one inning to pitch. So now is not the time to make the change. The time to make the change is after you bring in your pinch hitter when Walk comes up. So Walk is going to come out for the 7th inning to face off against Barry Larkin, especially since he's got 2 righties. So let's see if he can take care of these 2 righties. He's only given up no roll. How many? Wish I had more screen space. He's only given up 6 hits and 1 run. So he's not like he's doing horrible. Wish I had a little bit more space for everything. But I wanted the cards to be nice and big for you guys. If you're watching this live or afterwards, it'll be a little easier to see what's going on. So Yeah, Walk versus Barry Larkin, and we're in the bottom of the seventh. Oh, we forgot to do our seventh inning stretch song. So it's a 43. So it's coming off of Walk's card. It's a 22 right-hander, 2-2. It's going to be a single into center field. Single into center field is Andy Van Slyke. He's got a defense of 94. I'm going to try and remember so we don't have to go back in time and check for the errors. 86, so no error. That's going to be a single into center. Barry Larkin is aboard. He does have one stolen base of the day. He's 2 for 4 now. So Barry Larkin steals 79 minus 8, 71. Catcher minus 5, 71 minus 5 is 66. 66% chance. Does Barry Larkin take his 66% chance and go for it? Again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I do it and he makes it, then everybody's like, great. If I do it and he doesn't make it, then everybody's like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. So Barry Larkin, he waits on the pitch. He waits. First one's in there for a called strike. Second one's a ball. Third one, he's going. He's going. He's off. 57 in the throw down by the Cavalier. It's in there, but not in time as Barry Larkin with the stolen base. Runner on first steals second. So Barry Larkin in scoring position, trying to get things going for the offense of Cincinnati. And again, I did that because if you watch the actual video, the commentators, kept talking about how, when they interviewed Lou Piniella, he was going to be very aggressive. He was going to try and keep things moving. He was, he wasn't going to be passive, I guess. Go watch Game 1 with Joe Buck and what's his face? Oh gosh. Yeah, the other guy. 82, so this one's coming off a Hatcher 31, right-hander 31. That's going to be a deep to left field. A deep to left field. I believe a DLF is deep to left field, but let's just double check. Let's look at the rules just to make sure. And I think if it's deep to left field, then we roll on the deep to left field chart. Where is it? Where we want dice baseball rules. Right. So the play is DLF. I'm sorry, it's a double to left field. Sorry, it's not deep to left field. Double to left field. The deep ones, I think, are on the out chart, actually. So I'm glad I double checked that because I would have done something wrong. So it's a double to left field. And we have a runner on second. And let's see, is that going to score the run? That's going to be a good question. As we have to check the base running prowess here. Oh my gosh, where is it? I got too many charts open. Oh, I wish I had them printed out. Sorry guys, apologize for that. That's a special chart. That's not the base running chart. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. So on second, going to home on a single. On a double, I think it's automatic. Yes, it looks like it's automatic 2 bases. All right, so on the double, coming around to score, Barry Larkin, and that's going to cut into the lead. And it's now 3-2 Pittsburgh. It's a double by Hatcher. Drives in Barry Larkin. That brings up Hal Morris. Ugh. Still no one out here in the 7th inning, and they are going to make the switch. Gotta make the switch. So that's going to bring up a good point. Who do you bring in if they're only going to be pitching 1 inning? They're going to be bringing in Well, let's see who's up. A lefty, a righty, and a lefty. So if they had any lefties that actually played in the game, so Bob Patterson, let's see, Bob Patterson is a lefty. So Bob Patterson is coming in. Makes sense now that since they're facing off against lefties that he would come in. So we're going to have a new pitcher. This time we will actually put someone in. Bob Patterson, he's going to bat ninth. And okay, so Bob Patterson to come in. Face off against Hal Morris. Runner is second, only no one out. 1 run in so far. Cincinnati trying to tie this ball game up down 3-2 here, bottom of 7. Hal Morris versus Bob Patterson. Patterson's control is 10-64. It is a 57. So it's coming off of Patterson. That is a 12 versus a left-hander. A 12 by lefty is going to be a single into center. So runner on second going home on a single. Subtract 10 from the run speed and then subtract the outfielder's arm. So it was to center field. Center fielder's arms is 6, so 16 off of Hatcher. So speed of 79, 69. How much did I say? 10 and 16. So 63% chance of him making it. Last time I believe Billy Hatcher was thrown out. Yes, off the double. No, it wasn't him that was thrown out of the plate. It was, yeah, it was Billy Hatcher. On the double from Hal Morris, instead of a single, it was a double. Billy Hatcher was thrown out. So in this case, we're going to leave him at third, especially since there's no one out. So runners at the corners. So defense is going to play in. Runners at the corners, no one out. 3-2 Pittsburgh here in the bottom of the 7th. And due up is going to be Eric. That was Hal Morris. So, and wait a minute, was it off of the? It was off of Patterson's card, so no error check. Okay. Hal Morris. No, Eric Davis. Sorry, Eric Davis. God, I'm all flustered here now. Let's just settle down and think about what we're doing. Eric Davis, righty-hander versus Bob Patterson. Patterson has not shown well here in his early stint. Let's see, that is going to be a 10, so it's off of Patterson's card. 71 versus a right-hander, 71. It's going to be a line out. 71. And we're going to roll to see the position of it. So we're going to take the first percentile number, but we're going to take the second number of it. So it's a 5. The line out to 5, which is probably going to be, since they go pretty much by the bases, 5 is probably going to be to third base. So let's see. Where's the darn line out chart? Where is the lineout chart? Good Lord, what did I do with it? God, I gotta get these printed out. It's such a pain in the ass to have all the charts over here. Ground out, line out, but I need the out chart. I need the out chart. Hit and run chart, running for hit, special chart. Where'd it go? Why does it like disappear? I have to load it back up. Hang on a second. God bless it. All right, this is this is going to be the out chart. No, that's not going to be the out chart. It's actually, god damn it. It's going to be the location chart. Sorry. I don't know with all my clicking if I might have. All right, so it's a 5 line out, position 5. Yeah, just like I thought. Third base, no problem. So it's a line out to third. Line out to third base. No one's going to advance on that, I don't believe. Now, wait a minute. It could also not be a line out because we have runners, men on first and second. I'm sorry, men on first and third. Line out to the fielder, runners hold. Okay, so it is a line out, then they do hold. I was thinking maybe it's not, but it is, so they all hold. Stay, stay. And it's going to bring up Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill is 1 for 3 with a single in the fourth inning. Facing off against the left-hander Bob Patterson. One away. Defense is going to play back. Go for the double play. Let's see. So it's a 90. So this one's off of O'Neill. 56 lefty. 56 is going to be a strikeout. Big strikeout there by Bob Patterson. Still runners at the corners. 2 away now here for Chris Sabo. They're going to leave Patterson in there to face off against Sabo. And even though he's a right-hander. Hang on a second. No roll. Let's see. Let's just make sure. Yeah, because Reed's a lefty, so if Sabo gets a hit, they want him in there for the lefty anyway. So, all right, Sabo is 0 for 3, popped up to the catcher, hit into a ground ball double play 5-4-3, and popped up to second in the 6th inning. Here in the 7th, bottom of 7th, 1 run in so far. Let's see what happens. That's a 0-8, so we're on the special chart. Well, that's not just special. And that is an 81 on the special chart, which we are going to check the fielder's range. So let's find out. First number rolled will be which position, and the second number will be the check for that position. So it's a 92, which is going to be to right field. And a 35 to right field is going to be caught by Bobby Bonilla, who's got a range of 86. So 35 less than 86. So he makes the catch, makes the play. Now the question is, that will be the third out, so it's not going to matter. I don't need to worry about flight out to right field. And with runners in first and third, Cincinnati cannot put any more runs across. So 3 hits, 1 run, no errors. But they pull a little bit closer as we go to the 8th inning now. It's 3-2 Pittsburgh. And that means we're have to bring in nope, we already did that. That's correct. We don't have to do that again. All right, so bring up this card. We can bring Patterson down. Charlton will try and stay in as much as he can. And then they have Rob Dibble for either the rest of the 8th and the 9th. He'll be facing off against Mike Lavalier, a lefty, so it's a good thing they left him in there. Although, wow, Mike Lavalier bats .375 against left-handers. Jeez, that's pretty good. Much better. All right, Lavier versus Charlton. Got a bunch of Frenchmen out here. It's like we're playing polo or something. 40, so it's coming off Charlton. 94, that's going to be a simple flyout. 94 flyout. 94 for a lefty is center field. So fly ball to center. 1 away. That brings up Jose Lind. Jose Lind. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk. So he's been on every time he's been up. He's a right-hander. Yeah, they might as well pitch to him. No sense in pitching around him. They're going to be putting in someone for Patterson. .68. So this one is just barely out of Charlton's range. It goes to 90 against the lefty. That's going to be a flyout. You are a right-hander. And a 90 is going to be to left field. We do need to check the range. 97 for Eric Davis. Let's make sure he makes the play. 20, no problem. Fly ball to left. And now, instead of the pitcher's card, they're going to be bringing in someone to actually... Who are they going to be bringing in? That is a good question. So, they got Jeff King. They got Gary Reedus. They have R.J. Reynolds. So, let's take a look at see who the best option is before we do something crazy. Sports games. I like this. I like this a lot. Hopefully you guys like this as well. Pittsburgh. R.J. Reynolds. Let's see. He is a switch hitter. Against lefties, batted .295. Though he is pretty good at stealing, maybe it'd be better to wait on him. Who's our other choices? Jeff King. Jeff King. He's a right-hander, batted .264 versus lefties. Terrible stealer. Yeah, I think Jeff King's going to come in, actually. I think we'll hold on to R.J. Reynolds if we need him later on. We might just put his card up there out of the way in case we need him later. And, of course, we do have a third option, though. That is going to be Gary Reedus. So if we look at Gary Reedus' card, what is he? He's a right-hander, .262 against lefties. He can steal pretty good. Yeah, you know what? Hold on to his card as well up there in case we need it for later. That way I have him. We're going to bring in Gary Reedus. Why not? Let's look at Gary Reedus. All right. I'm liking this, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Let me know in the comments section if you're watching this afterwards. Of course, it would be so much faster if I had the charts printed out. And I guarantee you, Monday morning, I'll be taking these charts to work, and I'll have them all printed out. So next game, we'll have all the charts printed out. It'll be a lot faster, so I won't have to have all the charts over here. I can lay them out on my desk, and yeah. So, oops, what happened to, okay, there's Sabo's card. All right. So Gary Reedus, .262, played in 96 games in the 1990 season. He's a right-hander, bats .262 against left-handers, had 202 at-bats, 6 home runs, 9 stolen bases, 27 walks, 29 strikeouts. So Norm Charlton versus a pinch hitter, Gary Reedus. So Gary Reedus, Norm Charlton. Let's get things going here. In the top of the 8th inning, it is a 3-2 ball game. Pittsburgh is ahead. Where's my dice? Here they are. A lot to manage in this when you try to do cards and dice on the computer. And it's a lot of work. So just keep that all in mind if you want to make any snide comments. Gary Reedus, away you go. Norm Charlton with the pitch. Here it comes. It's a 98, so it's coming off of Reedus 66. That's going to be ground ball B. 66. Yeah, we said we were going to roll another set, and it's actually to 4. So ground ball to 4. He is a right-hander. It is going to be to second base. It's going to be just, we do need to check for error. Mariano Duncan, defense 93. 93. And 73, so no error. It's going to be ground ball to second. That's going to do it. And yes, we need to put in a new pitcher. No pitcher. So we can slide this out of the way. Bob Patterson is giving way finally to Stan Belinda. And we can slide him out of the way and bring up Sabo. So Stan Belinda is going to be facing off against Reed, Duncan, and someone they're probably going to be bringing in. So, Stan Belinda, there we go. He's going to be batting ninth. So, Jeff Reed, lefty, righty, and then probably a pinch hitter. All right, so Belinda's going to come out. He's going to be facing off against Jeff Reed here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Reds down to the last 6 out. Jeff Reed. I could pull Reed, the catcher. Hate bringing in a backup catcher. But if they're going to pinch hit, it'd probably be in the 9th inning. Let's see what happens. So it's a 94, so it's going to be off the batter's card. 14 right-hander. 14 is going to be a single on the left. Single on the left. Left field is Barry Bonds, defense 95. Let's just make sure there's no error on Bonds. 95. It's a 50, so no error. So single to lead things off. Now, he's only at a 30 steal rating. Not very good. So they are going to. Now, here's the problem I ran into. I was hoping this situation wouldn't come up. But unfortunately, it did come up. So give me a second here. So as I mentioned, in 1990, the Cincinnati Reds actually had a pinch runner come in. Cincinnati had a pinch runner, which was Billy Bates. Billy Bates came in. But I don't think Billy Bates actually has a card in the 1990 Cincinnati Reds. If we look at some of the cards here, let's see if we can find Billy Bates and see if I maybe just missed him when I was doing cards. Duncan, Larkin, Davis, Paul O'Neill. That's that for that page. Morris, Braggs, Oster, Luis Quinteros, Jeff Reed, Willingham, Griffey, Doran, Romes, and Terry Lee. So yes, so no card for Cincinnati for the rest of our pitchers down here. These are all their pitchers. We could make a card, but yeah. So he doesn't have a card. So it means in this situation, I'm going to use a player that didn't actually probably play in this game because Cincinnati would have put in their fastest player to try and steal, right? But we don't have the card for the player that they use. So in this case, we're going to be making an exception. And it's Mariano Duncan. We're going to pinch run Jeff Reed because he's very, very slow, right? So we need to find someone for Cincinnati that can actually steal a base, right? So Larkin's in the game, Hatcher's in the game, Sabo, Davis, Morris. We already used Herm Whittingham. Jeff Reed's in the game, Duncan's in the game, O'Neill's in the game, Roy Oster, not very good at stealing, Benziger, not very good at stealing. So I'm going to have to actually get another player off the, make up another card. So who would it be? So, boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Who's it going to be? Greg Bragg, Steele. Bill Doran. He's got an 89. So Bill Doran looks like he's going to pinch run. Yeah, because he didn't have very many at bats. So, yeah. So let's make a new card here. And we're going to put this where it needs to go so I don't, in case I need this card. Yeah, where am I going? I don't even know. That's a good question. Right. Baseball demo, 1990. We're going to put him for Cincinnati. And his name happens to be Bill Doran, right? D-O-R-A-N? Yes. All right, so save. So that's how that's done. Super quick and easy. Not bad. All right, so let's see if he'll actually show up now. No, because we already had that loaded before we loaded his card in. So now I need to actually, oh my God, what a pain in the ass. Bill Doran. Here we go. There's Bill. So we got a pinch runner coming in, which means we're going to have to take out Jeff Reed, though. So the backup catcher is going to, well, let's see who that's going to be. Or do you wait till the ninth inning to make the move then when everything's on the line? Yeah, well, I guess we'll hold on to Bill Doran's card here. We'll just slide it over out of the way. Yeah, maybe we'll just leave in Jeff Reed for his defense. 96 range, 86 arm +0, which is not that good. He's not the actual catcher that started most of the games for Cincinnati. I think if we look at his card, Jeff Reed, he only played in 72 games. So the other catcher did not get the start, but it might have been because Jeff Reed is a lefty. We got the righty in now, so yeah, we're gonna have to make some switches here. We gotta give Cincinnati. We gotta give Cincinnati a shot here, right? So let's look for catcher. Who was their normal, everyday catcher? I'm missing it. What's going on here? Oh, Joe Oliver. Yeah, he's a -8 arm, much better at picking guys off. Defense 97. Yeah, he played in 121 games, so much better. And he is a right-hander, so they're going to be making the call to the pen here. Even though Joe Oliver did not actually play in this game, I am going to designate, like I said, I normally only play players that actually played in the game if possible. But I also don't want to rip off a team because maybe, what happened in real life isn't happening in our game, right? So Jeff Reed played the whole game in real life, but in this situation, they didn't pinch run for Jeff Reed. They pinch run for someone else. But in this, our real life situation that's happening now, if I was the manager for Cincinnati, I'd be like, okay, pinch runner. We're in the bottom of the 8th. We need to get that run over. So we're going to make the call. So we're going to have some changes here. So we got to say pinch runner is going to be Bill Doran, right. Bill Doran is pinch running for the man on first. Yes, okay. And we know what he's in there to do. He's in there to steal the base. That's all he needs to do. 89. Oh my gosh. Stan Blind is terrible. He's +10. So that brings him up to 99. And then you add or subtract the catcher, which is -5. So 99 goes to 94. So he's got a 94% chance. Stan Belinda is terrible absolutely terrible at holding runners. So they're going to get good jumps, and they're probably going to be stealing. So probably Jeff Reed with a steal of 30 could have done it maybe. 40 minus 5, yeah, no. But still, 89, 99 minus, what do we say his arm was? 5, 5, 5, yes, 5. So 99 minus 5, 94% chance. Here goes Bill Dorn. He's going to try and steal second. Stan Belinda trying to hold him on, throws over, but oh my gosh, it's a 92 on the. So what did we say it was? It was 89 plus 10 minus 5. So it's going to be 89 plus 5 is going to be 94. It was at 92. Holy cow, that was about as close as you can get to getting them. But unfortunately for Pittsburgh, stolen base by Bill Doran. So that brings up Mariano Duncan. No one out here in the ninth inning. Do they bunt? Now let's look at Mariano Duncan. This is where the game gets slow because now all of a sudden it's like instead of just roll, 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 you have to actually. His is it? Let's see. Let's look at. I haven't even looked at the rule for bunting, to be honest. I've looked at it, but I don't remember what it is. But let's see what the bunting rules are. Right. So. Stealing bases. Right. All right. Hit and run, squeeze, sacrifice, and bunting. Advancing runners, pitcher stamina, ballpark, special notes. Where is bunting? Bunting, stealing bases. They're going to have bunting somewhere. Pitching and stamina rest. Special play results. Basic plays out. Play results. Oh, good Lord, where's bunting? Am I just missing it? Sorry. Again, apologize. Oh, thanks for being patient, guys. Oh, it's, I got it. I know I got a bunting chart. Maybe it just says it on the bunting chart. Sacrifice chart. So bunt rating of 70. Okay, so there's your column there. You can have all kinds of different things, but he's got a bunt rating of 70. Defense is going to play corners in, knowing he's going to bunt, but we'll see if it matters. Mariano Duncan, here comes the windup from Belinda, and Duncan lines it up and bunts. It is 94. Either that's really bad or really good. 94 to 99. 94 to 99. Pops it up to the pitcher who throws out the lead runner for double play. Wow. So here's the chart, just to make sure you guys don't think I'm like favoring one team or another. So he's got a bunt rating of 70. So here's the sacrifice chart, 70. We just rolled a 94. 94 to 99 is pop out to the pitcher who throws the lead base runner out, double play. So what an interesting, like 5th, 6th, 7th inning. We've had some really interesting plays, which is good because now we know how to do them and everything. But we now have a ground ball double play. This is going to be popped to the pitcher. Actually, this is going to be even crazier, I think. That's reach base safely. Reach by error. Fielder's choice. Better was put out at first. Better out at first on a batted ball. Better out at first on a sacrifice fly. Better out at first on a sacrifice hit. And out at first. This is probably not the right one then. You selected to cancel play. Yes, we selected to cancel it because that's not the right one. Better out at first on a sacrifice hit. Line drive double play ball. A fly ball double play. Ground ball double play. Let's try a liner. Doubled off the first. 1-1-3. That's what we want right there. To use this play, there must be a runner on first. Correct. We don't have a runner on at first. We have a runner on second. So liner double play ball. It's going to be a 1-1-4. There we go. 1-1-4. So pitcher assisted the pitcher, put out to second base, and that's going to really hurt Cincinnati there. And the crowd just oohs and ahs all over that one as Mariano Duncan has popped it up to the pitcher, trying to bunt. Pitcher Belinda wheels, throws to second. Halfway to second was Doran, who puts on the brakes, tries to get back to second, but is doubled off in time, and that brings us to the wrong thing. There it is. Jeff Reed, Mariano Duncan, and then the Reds pitcher. Right. So we now have to bring in, oh, good Lord, who are we going to bring in? Because Biddable's going to be pitching in the ninth, so we can bring in a pinch hitter, right? So now we just have to figure out who from the Reds is coming in to pinch hit. I guess it's going to be Roy Oster, I believe. Ron Oster is coming in. And let's, did I bring, I didn't bring his card up. Golly. Cincinnati, where are you? Ron Oster. So against right-handers, 298 average, not bad. And he had no home runs on the season. He is a switch hitter. Yep, so Roy Oster is coming in. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Crazy stuff going on. Pittsburgh holding on by the shred of their teeth here. 3-2, bottom 8, 2 away. 66, so this is coming off the batter's card, and a 78 versus a right-hander. 78 is going to be a line out. 78, let's find out who he hit it to. Oops. That's going to be a 2 again. So I guess it doesn't matter if I re-roll or not, because it's going to be just, so that was a line out, 2, and I'm going to find the out chart again. Be so nice if I had these printed out, wouldn't it? There we go. So it was he's going to be a left-handed batter, and he lined it out to 2, which actually is, crazy enough, the second baseman, which makes more sense than the catcher again. So lined it out to second baseman. There we go. So a pinch hitter runner was used to insert in it. You may need to make a new pitcher and or more defensive changes. Correct. So we need to bring in a catcher for the 7th position. So insert a new pitcher, insert a pinch runner, insert a pitch hitter, a new batter. Let's go lineup manager. So coming into play, catching from the 7th spot is going to be Joe Oliver, catcher. Place player in the lineup. Player who's selected is already in the lineup. Would you like to insert the player anyways? Any other references to this player will be removed as the player should only appear once. Yes, that's fine. So Joe Oliver is now catching. That might have, well, it took all the stats from the other guy away, but probably shouldn't have done it that way. I'm just not sure the best way to put in a player. All right, we can cancel that. No, yeah, it didn't matter. It already made the change. Okay, that's fine. We know what's going on. It doesn't matter if ball score does. Ball score is just for my sanity. So when I know what players are doing, what inning, who's on what, and where, and when, and I can't keep track of everything. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, so where are we? We are top of the, and we can get rid of Oyster, who did nothing. Right, which we also need to bring in a pitcher, though. Right. So we got to bring in, well, let's first switch here. Boy, this has been crazy what's happened here. Pittsburgh. Yes, it's Pittsburgh, top of the 9th, right. And we're up to Wally Backman. Correct. There we go. All right, so Wally Backman's due up. And Charlton's day is done as he's giving way to Rob Dibble. So we got a new pitcher coming in, Rob Dibble. We have to make all kinds of changes here. He's going to be batting 9th. Sure. Okay, that's fine. Because of why? Why would it not match? Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as we know it, again, ball score is just for me and my sanity. And so you guys can see what had happened. It's not like I'm keeping season stats or anything that I have to make sure everything lines up perfectly. So Rob Dibble's coming in. Let's take a look at Rob. He is a 10 through 78, so lots of plays coming off his card. And I think we actually forgot several error checks here. God, I keep forgetting that. It's such a pain in the ass. He'll be facing off against Wally Backman, who has walked in the 6th inning, then was forced out on a double play by Joey Bell, who hit it to center. The center made a beautiful diving stop in center field. That was Billy Hatcher, who threw Wally Backman out at first, who couldn't get back in time. So we had that nice play there. And in the 4th inning, he hit into 6-3. And in the 3rd inning, he had a single and on a fielder's choice and struck out in the 1st inning. So interesting day for Mr. Backman here. Backman and Dibble. Dibble is throwing strikes, so if you're going to hit it, you're going to hit it a long way. That's a 60, so still coming off of Dibble's card. 0-2, though, against the lefty. It's going to be walks, so Dibble a little wild. Is up. That's a strike. I want balls. There we go. Steele, 49. Dibble actually is a +8. That's going to take it to what, 57. The catcher is now a new person, which we can't use our chart for, which happens to be Cincinnati. Right. It's not this one. Who? Shite. I need to keep his card available and remember what his number is. So, yes, once again, patience is a virtue. Cincinnati. Coming in was to play catcher, Joe Oliver. So Joe Oliver, there's his card. So he is actually a arm of -8. So we can remember that, right? In fact, we'll keep Joe Oliver's card, I don't know, up here somewhere, out of the way. Sure. I got cards. I got things open everywhere. So I'm trying my best. So what did we say? He's a -8. Okay, thank you. Remember that. So Dibble's a +8. Joe Lauer's a -8, so it's just a straight up number. So to steal would be 49. 49 up run. 50-50 shot at it. You're not going to get many chances against Dibble. Most of the chances are going to come off of his card, but they're going to play it straight up. Let's see what they can do. Jay Bell versus Rob Dibble here in the top of the 9th inning. What a bowl game this has turned out to be. 21, so off of Dibble. 56 against a righty. 56. 56 is a strikeout. So strikeout there. And that brings up Andy Van Slyke, the lefty. Versus righty, batted .297. Very reasonable. He's got a speed of 76. If we give him on base. Is Backman going to go? Nope. I think up a run. You don't want to run yourself into a double play. Runner, it would keep him out of the double play, but yeah, no, I don't think you want to risk it at this point of the game. 14 off of Dibble, 0-8 against the lefties. Another walk, so runners are getting in scoring position as we have a walk, a strikeout, walk. So runners at first and second for Bobby Bonilla. He's going to be batting from the left-handed side. Batters from the left only batted 185 against Dibble. But that is better than righties who only batted 181. So we haven't had to check for an error. I'm trying to remember that. As we had a walk, a single, and a walk. Or I'm sorry, a walk, a strikeout, and a walk. So 1 out, 2 on for Bobby Bowe. Rob Dibble either throwing darts or throwing it to the backstop. 51 is going to be off of Dibble's card. 99 switch hitter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. 99 is going to be a flyout. But 99, you know what 99 is on a flyout? I'll show you what 99 on a flyout is. 99, it doesn't matter if you're batting left or right. It's going to be a deep fly to right field. Deep fly to right field, which means we're going to be using the special ballpark check. Where is the ballpark? And we have the ballpark for Cincinnati, Riverfront Stadium. That's going to be a result. So we need to look at the power rating. Bobby Bonilla probably has some pretty good power. He's 89, so 89, 0, 0 to 21. And this one is going, gone. Let's find out. Can Bobby Bonilla launch it deep enough? It's high. It's far. It's going. It's going. It is a 74 caught in right field, but that one was way back at the warning track, and that put a lot of fans here at Riverfront Stadium's throats dry as they see that one floating through the air. So it's going to be simply a fly out to right. And runners are, I'm going to, maybe. Look how many things I got open. Good Lord. Let's see what the chances of someone moving up on the hit to right field from second to third is going to be, because it might matter. Runner chart, please. That would be awesome if you could give me the run chart. Run chart. All right, going from first to third on a runners advancing on a fly ball. I'll subtract 40. And since it's going to right field, that's Paul O'Neill. He's at -13. So yeah, so runners are not going anywhere. So stand second, stand first. That's fine. 2 away now here. That brings up Barry Bonds. BB Barry Bonds 2 up. 2 outs here in the 9th. Runners at first and second. Rob Dibble throwing hard but inaccurately. Walked, strikeout, walk, deep fly, almost went out of the yard. And now, to make things more interesting, we're going to get a 51. That's coming off a Dibble's card, and it's 33 against a lefty. 3-3 is a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts in the inning, and that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do at all. And that's going to do it. That's going to bring up the Reds down to their last 3 outs here. Oh my gosh, it did kill that. It killed everything the other batter did, Reed. So definitely not do that anymore, but now I know that, so yeah, doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to be getting a new pitcher here for, yeah, we're going to switch these players out. All right, so we're up to Barry Larkin again. And coming in to close things out, possibly, is going to be, let's see. Pitchers for Pittsburgh. We've used Walk, we used Belinda, we used Patterson. So it's either Belinda stays in or we make the switch to Ted Powers. Powers did have 7 saves. And it will be Larkin, Hatcher, and Morris. Unless, of course, Cincinnati changes any of those. It is the top of the lineup. So it's a righty-righty-lefty matchup. Righty-righty-lefty. He's a -4. As opposed to Belinda's +10, so it would be a lot tougher for, yeah, so Ted Powers is going to come in and try to close this out. So we got a new pitcher, and this is going to be Ted Power, and you're going to bat 9th, sure. All right, so away we go here. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Barry Larkin is 2 for 4 on the day. Of course, we're not going to be pulling Mr. Larkin, who Might be their only shot. They need to get things going. Down 3-2 here in game number 1. It's a 64, so it's going to come off a Larkin, but a 97 is going to be a flyout. But wait a minute. Flyouts, 97, that's going to be the same thing we just had. That's going to be a deep ball, isn't it? Where is our 97? He's batting a right-hander. Yep, deep fly to left field. So Barry Larkin hits one deep. It's going. He's got a power only of 50, though. So a power of 50 at Riverfront Stadium gives you a chance of 0-0 to 0-7. So the first number rolled will be to see if it's a home run. The second number will be the error check on the left fielder, which is Barry Bonds. He's got a defense of 95. So unless he rolls really, really low on the first number, it's not a home run. Unless he rolls really, really high in the second number, it won't be an error. Let's see what happens. It's a 70, so it's not deep enough, and 59 and no error. So it's just going to be a simple fly ball to left field. One away. It's had a chance, though. It had a chance. You have to give him credit. He almost tried to muscle it out of the stadium for the home folks. So that brings up Billy Hatcher. He is a double last time up. Hit into a fielder's choice, a fly ball to left, and a ground ball to second. Probably going to leave him in there. So Billy Hatcher versus Ted Power. And away we go. It's a 17, so this one's coming off of Power's card 28 against the righty 2-8. 2-8 is going to be a strikeout. So strikes him out. And Cincinnati is down to their last out. It brings up a lefty, Hal Morris, who actually is 3 for 3 on the day with a walk as well. A single, a double, and a single. So 2 singles, a double, and a walk. In real life, see, this is where in real life in our games, you know, if I was going to do what they did in real life, they would pinch hit for Hal Morris and bring in a right-hander, Todd Benzinger. But since he is 3 for 3 on the day, I don't think that pulling him is the right thing to do. So we don't go by what happened in real life. We just use that as a good example of how to participate with the players that actually played in the game. Unless, of course, an emergency arises that we need to do something that makes sense in the game as a real life manager would do. So that's the way I play it, and hopefully that explains it. But this is it, 53. So this is coming off a Powers card. Left-hander, 69. 69 is going to be a ground ball, 69. This is going to be an out unless we have an error. 69, it's going to be a 9, so it's going to be a shortstop for the left-hander. Shortstop happens to be Jay Bell. He's got a defense of 93. Let's find out. If it's over 93, the game is not over. If it's less than 93, the game is over. And it is a 26, so that's going to do it. It's going to be a ground ball to short.
Do you want a sandwich?
Yep.
Eat it?
Yeah, no, I want to eat it, yeah. And that's going to do it as Pittsburgh comes into Cincinnati and wins game number 1, 3-2. Cincinnati gave it a good run to come back there. They had a couple chances, maybe 7th inning, bases loaded. Maybe we shouldn't have had, wrong one here, 7th inning, bases, 6th inning. It was a 6th inning, yeah, 6th inning, bases loaded. And we had the pitcher swing and miss, unfortunately. Or no, he lined it to third, I guess is what happened. So maybe pulling the pitcher there and trying to score some runs, but you didn't want to pull Charlton, which left you with just Rob Dibble in the bullpen. So that's why we didn't leave him there, because Dibble wasn't going to go 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. He wasn't going to go 3 innings. So we had to leave the pitcher in there. Again, we could have, in emergency, brought in another pitcher, but then you're skewing the actual replay because you're bringing players that actually didn't play in the game in. We did that already with some shenanigans here in the where was it? In the we pulled Jeff Reed. We put a pinch runner in for him, and then that caused Joe Oliver to come in and play for him. Joe Oliver didn't actually play in this game, but Joe Oliver plays in the rest of the game, so it's not like he wasn't on the team. He was available to use. So I felt like it was probably a good move since Joe Oliver was a slightly better catcher anyways than Jeff Reed. But there you go. So your final score here from Cincinnati Riverfront Stadium. The Reds fall in game number 1 to Pittsburgh. 3-2. The final line, Pittsburgh 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Cincinnati 2 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Very good ball game. Like I said, I've been saying, I'll get those sheets printed out. We'll have them available. We'll spread them around on my table here. Things will go a lot faster, a lot quicker for replay when I don't have, if you look at this is my chart over here, on my other screen, I have this chart and 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 this chart. I have just all the different charts laid, and having to switch and try to remember which one's which and back and forth. It does take time. It does take time, and it takes away, it slows things down and doesn't keep things moving very fast. So I'll try and have these printed out for you guys next time. I think the win goes to Bob Walk. The loss goes to Cueto, and the save goes to Ted Powers, if I'm not mistaken. But there's your stat line there for Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I'm not going to save this again. I use ball score mostly for my sanity, so I know who's on what base and how many outs there are, things like, all that stuff. So I don't actually keep the stats and print them out and do all that stuff like that. But anyways, it was a pretty interesting game, especially this part 2, starting at the bottom of the 5th inning. We had some very interesting plays. We had runners thrown out at home. We had double play catches in the outfield, catching runners off of base. We also had, if I'm not mistaken here, a bunt that turned into a double play off of Mario Duncan, who tried to bunt. Runners on second. Mario Duncan, pretty good bunter, needs to roll a 94 to 99 for the out, and rolls a 94, which was a bunt to the pitcher. Pitcher then gets the lead runner back off on the base. So very weird situation. Otherwise, I think Cincinnati would have probably scored. They would have had Duncan on third with only 1 out. So chances are, probably would have made it in. Or I'm sorry, they would have had, the Bill Doran actually on third with only 1 out. And Bill Doran was like 9 or 89 speed or something crazy like that. Well, I forget what his speed was. But anyways, so that's a look at game number 1. You can go check out the actual video of game number 1, and it's on YouTube. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this. And we'll be doing game number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it takes to complete this series. And it will probably not happen until I get these sheets printed out for me, at my sanity and for your guys' sanity. But anyways, Whew, that does it for Riverfront Stadium. The Pittsburgh Pirates hoist the Jolly Rogers, swing it away as they walk out of the stadium with a 3-2 victory, even though they had less hits and more errors than Cincinnati. Interesting game and enjoying this. So hopefully you guys are as well. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming by.